Welcome back to Wrestling World. Today we'll be taking a look at the latest reports for the direction of The Fiend vs. Randy Orton Storyline, latest update on Lana's WWE status, and more. Quick reminder to subscribe with all notifications turned on if you're new, and drop a like below. Let's start things off with WWE's hottest storyline at the moment, and that is everything surrounding The Fiend, Randy Orton, and Alexa Bliss. It was another huge week for this WWE storyline. We predicted and discussed how this storyline would most likely be WWE's most viewed highlight clip on YouTube for this week, and that turned out to be true. Randy Orton destroying the Firefly Funhouse pulled in 1 million views for WWE. Randy Orton and Alexa Bliss's main event cliffhanger segment pulled in 2 million views for WWE. That's 3 million views for this storyline all by itself, easily proving that this is WWE's most popular storyline at the moment. Just to put those numbers into better perspective for you, let's compare it to some other Raw highlight clips. The opening segment between Drew McIntyre, Keith Lee, and Sheamus only pulled in 300,000 viewers. So you can see the comparison there. WWE has a hot storyline on their hands, and everyone is hoping that they don't ruin it. We do have an update on this storyline, and it looks like we may have a direction on where it's going, and when The Fiend could be returning to WWE. Reports claim that everything happening at the moment between Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton is all build-up for The Fiend vs. Randy Orton at the 2021 WWE Royal Rumble. It seems like Randy Orton and The Fiend are on a collision course to meet again at this year's Royal Rumble event. Of course, the build-up for this rematch is quite different than the build-up we had for WWE TLC. During the TLC build-up, it was all Bray Wyatt with no Alexa Bliss at all. But now, it's a lot of Alexa Bliss in the build-up with no Bray Wyatt at all because they're trying to build up this suspense and mystery around his absence. I do have a small issue with this idea of a Bray Wyatt being gone. I get it. It's to build up suspense and keep him off screen completely for a big return. But the main thing that WWE always told us about Bray Wyatt and The Fiend was that they were two completely different people. That's why I sort of expected to see Bray Wyatt appear after the Inferno match being perfectly unharmed because of this whole idea of them being two separate individuals. I feel like that would have been a really good moment to sort of reinforce that concept of them being two separate individuals and also make Randy Orton bug out a bit at the same time when he sees Bray Wyatt unharmed. I feel like that would have added even more aura to Bray Wyatt and The Fiend. But from what WWE has shown us over the last few weeks of Bray Wyatt missing as well, you can sort of take that as confirmation that Bray Wyatt and The Fiend are just one individual. However, what WWE decided to do is still fine because, like we saw last week on Raw, Alexa Bliss can carry a storyline perfectly fine. So Bray Wyatt is definitely missed, but it's still going extremely well without him. Reports claim that The Fiend vs. Randy Orton at Royal Rumble will be another gimmick match. Reports are very vague when describing the gimmick match. It seems like they don't really know what it'll be for sure, but the description I kept coming across was a Firefly Funhouse sort of match. So that's a good description and sort of paints a better picture for us to work with, since we have seen a Firefly Funhouse match in the past with John Cena. Now, the thing about the Firefly Funhouse match is that it's more of a storytelling match. If you just want to see a long fight, then this match isn't for you. You're not going to see a 5-star wrestling match in this sort of cinematic match. But what you are going to get is some 5-star storytelling. The original Firefly Funhouse match got a lot of negative feedback because it was built as The Fiend vs. John Cena, but they never actually fought in the match. It was more of a trip down memory lane for John Cena and a look back at his WWE career, filled with moments that both did and didn't happen in his career. So it would be interesting to see Randy Orton go down a similar path if this does in fact turn out to be a Firefly Funhouse match. Randy Orton has been with WWE for nearly 20 years, so he has a long career that you can look back at and pull a lot of moments from for a match like this. It'll be really great to see what Randy Orton goes through and what he envisions when he steps into a Firefly Funhouse match. Just look at what it did to John Cena. It is weird though, because we already saw Randy Orton walk in and walk out of the Firefly Funhouse like nothing. So maybe the Firefly Funhouse only gives you those sort of visions when Bray Wyatt is present. The logic there is a little foggy. As far as The Fiend's return, will the Royal Rumble be his first appearance since WWE TLC? It's hard to tell. I feel like The Fiend or Bray Wyatt has to return at least a few weeks before Royal Rumble to make that match official. WWE needs to advertise the match and everything else. So that could mean that we could see Bray Wyatt and The Fiend before Royal Rumble, for sure. Another issue with his WWE return, will I be disappointed if The Fiend returns without an updated mask or without anything new added to his look? Yeah, I will be disappointed, only because WWE has been teasing something new happening with The Fiend ever since that Inferno match. You have Alexa Bliss saying that he'll be like nothing we've ever seen before when he returns, and giving us all these other warnings. So what exactly does that mean? Is Alexa Bliss referring to his appearance or his strength? It's hard to tell. I'm not asking for a huge new spectacular mask, but at least some sort of burnt marks on his mask and attire would be perfect. Just something to let us know that this is the same original Fiend that revived himself from the fire. But now he's even scarier than before. So I do expect some sort of physical change for The Fiend, but I can definitely see WWE just bringing him back regularly as well. That seems to be the latest update for now. The Fiend and Randy Orton will meet at the Royal Rumble in a special gimmick match. We do have several weeks left until Royal Rumble, so there's still a lot of time for WWE to build up this storyline and matchup. Are you excited for The Fiend and Randy Orton to meet again in another special WWE match? Lana recently worried fans after posting a picture of herself in a leg brace. Some fans are losing their mind, wondering what happened. Lana hasn't revealed any accident or injury. Lana was pulled from the match due to lower leg injuries. That's what led to Lana being pulled from the match and where Charlotte took her spot. Obviously, the leg injuries wasn't real news and was just a scripted WWE injury to explain her absence. So that's why everyone is thinking that this leg brace picture by Lana may be related to her scripted WWE injury. Lana is an expert at keeping storylines going outside of the ring. Remember during the Bobby Lashley storyline, Lana would post so many pictures with Bobby Lashley onto her Instagram that some fans actually started to think they were dating. That may be what's going on here. Lana is selling that scripted leg injury, making it seem real, and having that picture explain why she's missing from Raw, which is something I can appreciate. There's not a lot of superstars that are really committed to carrying their storyline outside of WWE television. There's some superstars that don't really care and will post videos of themselves doing backflips, even when they're written off of television with an injury. So I definitely respect Lana's commitments to her storylines. Obviously, no one knows when Lana will return and what will be next for Lana, because the story was all about becoming tag team champions with Asuka. But Charlotte stepped in and is now tag team champions with Asuka. So it puts Lana in a very awkward position for when she returns. It's hard to tell what they're going to do with Lana when she returns. Will she go after Charlotte for taking her spot? We'll have to see how that unfolds once Lana returns. But what are your thoughts on today's wrestling news about The Fiend vs. Randy Orton and Lana's scary picture? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications turned on. And leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.